good evening, everybody. This is an exceptional treat for me as well as you guys this evening. I am here with the one and the only and unique Christina Bianco, all the way from New York. She's a star of Broadway with an exceptional talent. So welcome to England, Christina.
Thank you.
How are you? How's it going? How's the trip?
It's been wonderful. It's been a whirlwind experience. I've said this a lot. I'm just a huge fan of London, and I love coming. And the fact that I get to come and have an experience like this is just icing on the cake. It's fantastic.
Well, I mean, last year it was that you sold out at the Hippodrome last year, and now, hey, the Albert Hall. I mean, doesn't get much better than this over here.
It feels too good to be true, but it's perfect timing. You know, it just so happens that I have planned a lot of live performances, and then sometimes when I have a video that gets a lot of views and becomes very popular on YouTube, it helps me with these ticket sales, and it's just been a wonderful, wonderful experience. I'm so grateful.
I mean, you're an amazing singer in your own right, and an actress as well, with a great body of work. And then there's this exceptional talent that you can not only just do yourself, but many, many other voices. And obviously, when we're going to talk about YouTube, that's gone viral. I mean, is it something like 6.5 million hits now that you've had on that first clip?
Yeah, the first video that went viral is me singing the Bonnie Tyler song, Total Eclipse of the Heart, and that has over 6 million views now. And recently I posted another video of me singing the very popular song, Let It Go from Frozen, and that has about 4 million views now. So it's been insane. You never know what's going to happen when you just click that button and post that video on YouTube. One button click has led to so many wonderful experiences. Yeah.
I mean, for most people that know now, obviously you are a vocal impersonator extraordinaire, one of the best I've ever heard.
Thank you very much.
How did you stumble across how you were able to do this? I mean, it's good enough to be able to do one or two, but to switch and change as quickly as you do in one song, how did you come across managing to find out how to do that?
Thank you very much. I always say this, and people don't believe me. I didn't really know that I could do it. My mother tells me that when I was little, I would listen to all these different genres of music. I loved singing. I would sing along to everything. And she swears that occasionally she'd hear me sort of mimic who I was listening to. I wasn't really sure I was doing it. I was very young. I just sort of said, oh, they sound like that. I'm going to sing it like that. So apparently I was doing this for a very long time, but it wasn't until I got a little bit older and I started actually singing as a profession. Yeah. And there is a long-running off-Broadway show in New York called Forbidden Broadway, and it spoofs all of the Broadway shows and their stars. And so I thought, oh, I'd like to audition for that. I've watched it for years. I think I could do it. And I sort of locked myself in my apartment and tried to master all of these Broadway divas' voices, and I auditioned and I got the part, and boy, let me tell you, that will give you confidence to try more and more.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's where it started for me, really.
Do you find any, I mean, what amazes me, it isn't just that you sound like these singers and that the sort of actions are the same as well. It's the phrasing in the singing that is so masterful. For example, it's if Cher was going to sing Total Eclipse of the Heart, that's exactly how she would sing it. If Bette Midler was going to do it, that's exactly. It's just a phenomenal talent how you're able to capture each and every one. But as I say, they all jump so quickly to go from Julie Andrews to Christina Aguilera. It's fabulous.
Well, that's something I wanted to bring to, I guess, the world of impressions, and it's something that I've only seen done a few times in my life by some really great people. One of the women I work with a lot in New York, her name is Christine Petty, and she does that quite a bit. And I thought, you know, it's one thing to do that with the impressions, but what would be really fun for me is to take these women that you know, singing songs you know, and change it to have them singing songs they don't normally sing. And that gives me an opportunity to be a little more creative and imagine what it might be like.
It is clever.
To hear the phrasing of Celine Dion singing Total Eclipse of the Heart. And it's all done with love, it really is. I'd like to think that I'm on the mark and that they'd be happy about it.
Oh, I'm sure they would. Have any of the people that you impersonate, have any of them sort of been in touch, you know, on the phone? Hello, this is Celine Dion, and I hear you're taking me off.
Oh, that
Anybody
would
been in touch?
It would be wonderful and a bit terrifying at the same time, but it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
No, I believe somebody tweeted something of one of my videos to Kristen Chenoweth, the Broadway actress, and she wrote back, "Brilliant!" So I'm hoping that she really did think it was brilliant, because that was a very good compliment to have. That's as close as close as I've been to an actual communication with one of the people I impersonate.
Now, who would you say would be a really tricky one to do? Have you ever sort of struggled with any of them and go, oh, that's a real tough one to do to conquer?
I struggle with a lot of people. I mean, there are certain people that actually cannot do, just with the limitations of my voice. I have a pretty clear voice, so a lot of the raspier singers I
Yeah.
can't do. I did Total Eclipse of the Heart, but in no way could I ever impersonate Bonnie Tyler. It's just one of those things I can't do. And then, yeah, I'd say the huskier voice people are difficult for me. And then people with different speed vibratos, like Dolly Parton has a very fast-paced vibrato. I'm still working on my
Yeah.
Dolly Parton. But it's a good challenge. And so, yeah, you hit some walls, and sometimes you can find a way, and sometimes you can't.
Have a lot of these singers sort of been sort of an influence to you? What were your musical styles of influence that you liked sort of growing up?
Yeah, well, my first influence definitely was Judy Garland, particularly in the film The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And I love Judy. And the musical movies really were big influences on me. Julie Andrews, of course, in Mary Poppins and the Sound of Music. And then the Disney animated films and that sort of pure Disney princess singing. So I started with a lot of theater.
Yeah.
And then my influences changed, and I started listening to a lot of jazz. And I listened to Nancy Wilson and Edie Gourmet and Ella Fitzgerald.
Nancy does a really good version of Call Me.
Oh, really?
I like Nancy Wilson's version
I
of
just
it.
love Nancy
Yeah.
Wilson. It's so great, so great. And but Celine Dion, I love my Celine.
Oh,
if you can't
absolutely.
tell from my impressions, that I love
Pure
Celine.
perfection. So, I mean,
Yeah.
how long are you over in the UK for? What's next? I hear you're going up to the Edinburgh Festival and Brighton.
I am. So I'll be performing in Brighton on the 28th, Wednesday the 28th, alongside my friend who's a big cabaret star here, Velma Shelley,
Ah,
whose
yes.
alter ego is West End performer Ian Stroyer. And he and I have a great rapport, and we have a lot of fun together. And it's also quite entertaining. We have quite a height difference. And most people find that highly entertaining. And we put a show together called Divillusion that we'll be doing in
Right.
the Edinburgh Festival this
Brilliant.
summer. Yeah, we're both sort of illusions of divas. So we
Yeah.
thought it
You'll
was a
have
good
fun,
way to
you'll have
go.
fun up there. The Edinburgh Festival's fabulous. It's really good.
Thank you very
It's
much.
really good fun.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about
Well,
it.
listen, we're staying for the show this evening, and we are so looking forward to it.
I hope you like it.
Front row seats. So have a fabulous evening tonight, and it's a real pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Thank you very
so
much.
I
Thank you, darling.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.